Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's office hours with Our Hometown. This is Matt Larson coming to you live with another episode of our weekly office hours where we talk about WordPress, the different tools that are available, new things becoming available all the time. This is actually a brand new feature, today's topic on watermarks to protect your photos and images. And I just learned how to do this. Actually, it's that new. So we're going to be going through it and step by step showing you how to set this up on your site. And if you have any questions, drop them in the questions area. We'll be taking those as we go through this. But before I get to that full story, check this article out. This is from neimanlab.org. Uh, it's on the New York Times' success with digital subscriptions and saying that it's accelerating, not slowing down. In January, the Times announced that it had passed 5 million total subscriptions. Today, it announced it passed 6 million. This is in May, early May this year. Ad revenue is cratering there, but the path forward remains sustainable, and they're saying that's through subscriptions, okay? The pandemic seems to be pushing more people to subscribe to the news sources they find valuable. Okay, we're seeing this at our customers too. And what happened in early May was that another piece of data came out that in Q1 2020, the Times actually signed up 587,000 new digital subscribers in that quarter, which was a record. In 2011, when the paywall was launched, it took them 18 months to add that many subscribers. So there's clearly a trend here, and it's never been more important than now to reconsider your paywall strategy, rethink it. Everything has changed. So the old rules are kind of out the window. So what we're doing in this virtual conference this Friday at noon is actually the time we'll be doing this. It's going to be a walk through all the basics of paywalls and going through all the different models that are available. We're going to talk about different ways that you can market your paywall, different pricing strategies. Just kind of lay it all out, all the basics, so that you can come in here with and walk away with some tools to rethink your digital model. And we're going to be gearing this mainly towards paid print newspapers. That's just who the model I'm going to have in mind during this conversation. But in 2 weeks after this, we'll be doing it for free print newspapers, many of which are rethinking paywalls for their websites as well, even though they're going to remain free in print. So that's the event that we have coming up Friday. I hope you can all join us for that. Let's see who we got here. Okay, so we have 3 here. Okay, so let's jump into it. Today's topic is going to be on protecting your photos, as I said. And so we've got from customer support, Terry and Vera. Can you guys hear me okay?
I can hear you.
Okay, hey.
Sounds
Hey, Vera,
great.
good morning. How you guys doing?
Good, thank you.
All right, very good. So let's jump into the main topic. Right now I'm sharing my screen, but I'm going to turn it over to Vera for a second. And okay, as I said, we're kind of working through this for the first time, many of us. So I'm just going to walk through some of the instructions here while you're showing it. If you could maybe kind of follow along, what I'm saying the best you can, Vera. Basically, just from the blog post, we just want to make clear that first of all, the plugin needs to be enabled. Okay, so let's go into the dashboard. If you're logged in as ops, which I think you are, then you'll be able to see the plugins. But basically, only our ops team can enable plugins. So you're going to need to request that the Watermark plugin get turned on. And once it is turned on, though, it's going to appear under settings, right? Right, so that would be, but they won't be activating the plugin, so we don't actually need to demo that, but that's okay. If you could go to settings, just the generic settings, not OHT settings. I forget. Well, you're on the Sandbox site. I don't really use that. Okay, so now you're in there. It should be under Watermark. So it's way down the page, I guess. There we go. Okay. So if you go looking for this before the plugin's activated, it won't be there. But as soon as we turn it on, you click that, and it's going to open this area up. Now, I think, Terry, you said that we're going to be setting most of these, configuring this pretty much for them, right? When a
Correct.
customer,
General settings shouldn't need to be adjusted at all.
right?
To keep the plugin working properly. But this,
Gotcha.
in the general area, there is one thing to note, and that's the automatic watermarking. That can be disabled if you want to manually watermark each individual photo, and sometimes that's necessary if somebody submits a photo. You don't want that photo watermarked with your
Right,
water because it
right,
actually
right.
someone else.
Okay.
So, but this
Well,
is one, you want to enable it so that all of them are watermarked as soon as they're uploaded. This is where, you'll just want to leave that checked. That'll be checked by default.
Right, right. Yeah, no, that's good. One thing I was playing around with this morning is those two options, though. So, I mean, you mentioned you might want to change those two. So let's dig into that a little bit. So by default, we're going to turn them both on, which means that all new images uploaded to the website are automatically watermarked. That's the first check, right? But then the second one, to have them both checked, at first that was confusing to me. I didn't understand how it could be manual and automatic. But do you know why that is? Because I think I figured it out. I'm curious if you had the same theory.
Oh, I think that is, well, I'll let you say it, but my guess is that it
Yeah.
creates that option in the media library under each individual photo.
Right, right, exactly. Basically, by turning the manual on, then you have the option to enable or disable them. So if automatic is also on, then really you're just going to be using the manual to disable specific ones. Kind of, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, are the majority of the images going to need to be watermarked? Then you want to use automatic and then opt out with the manual. That's what I understand it as. So let's just open up another tab, Vera, and look at an article or an image in an article. So, and just show this, because right now we have automatic enabled and the manual. So if you could just open up any story, and we'll just add a new image with those settings in place.
Okay, this one here is one that I created this morning that does have the watermark on it. So you want to
Okay.
use one without it?
Oh, no, let's open that one up. Let's go ahead and experiment with that for a second, actually. That's a good one. So there, okay, great. There's the watermark right over it. So why don't we edit this article? Actually, you could just go to the top of the screen on that page, right, and hit edit article right there over to the right. Yep. And don't hit edit block. That'll bring it to the block editor. We don't need that right now. Although that would be interesting to look at later. Now, this image, if you click on it, you can edit it. So any image that has already been uploaded can still be watermarked, right?
Yes.
Okay. You just have to edit it. And that's kind of where the manual comes in, because all the images on the site are not going to automatically be watermarked. It's just new images going forward, right? Now, is that true? Because I think I saw a note from Jack about no, that is true. I think it's not going to automatically go back. Okay, so here's the ad media. Were you able to edit that other image? The one that's already in there?
Yeah, I can edit it.
Okay. Now, how do you remove the watermark? Let's say if you edit the original.
Let's see, I don't see.
See, this is the confusing thing. I got into this area. This is not where we want to be, though. It's not actually here. Let's try to upload a new image, because I know.
Wait, wait,
Sorry.
edit that image again.
Go back to it. Let's find if Terry knows where it is. Let's work this
Well, I
out.
think I know where it is. Scroll down.
Okay.
That's not there.
It's not under advanced options.
I
Yeah,
thought
I
it was
already checked that.
under advanced options.
Yeah, this is just for cropping. So let's just go under this, under the paragraph, under all that, you know, create a new image there. Yeah. And so you're actually going into the media library, and these
Right.
are old images. Okay, so this is a good example. So now where can I add the watermark? Right there. That is what we just turned on when we added the manual.
And see, it shows a preview of it right here.
Good. Okay, nice. Let's insert that and see what that looks like. Now, wait a second. It did not actually apply it
Here, let me
yet?
try it again.
Okay. Yeah, hit return again and just get a nice new clean line there. Home view.
I'm trying to see if I maybe missed something. Okay, apply watermark.
No, there's the preview. This worked fine for me earlier. I want to.
Maybe I should try a different image.
Yeah, if you want to upload a brand new image, try that for a second, because that would be a different thing. Because that's how I was doing it earlier when it was working. So let's get a Slack going here with James.
Yeah, there it worked that time.
Wait. Okay, so wait, did you just upload that from somewhere or no? I missed it.
Yeah, my desktop.
Oh, so you had the same image? Okay. Well, that's interesting. Let me just ask James, should I be able to add watermark to old images in the media library? I'm pretty sure you can, or you're supposed to be able to. But that's okay. That's what office hours is about. We work out these questions. And again, this is kind of new to all of us, so this is good. Okay, so now why did that watermark look different though? Did you change the watermark? Well, why don't you
No,
try to
I
apply
kept.
it? Okay, it's just got it's a white logo with black background there.
Huh, for some reason it didn't do that one either.
So it's pretty clear that it's not doing it right now to ones in the media library. But
Right.
you could, you know, re-upload that image. Let's see here. He says you can use the bulk editor in the media library. It might depend on the watermark settings. Okay, can you send in this group chat here? Oh, wait, shoot, Vera, you're not on that chat. I need to get you on here. Let me create a new group chat. Why don't you go ahead and publish that with an image that doesn't have the watermark on it? Like, do what you just did again. Yeah, add, not upload. No. We want to create the problem. So go to media library and grab an old image. No, right up here. Yeah. And see, now it has that image. I think it's just an issue with displaying. Oh, no, that was the one that you re-uploaded. So just take an old image, any one of these, and add the watermark. It should show up in the preview, and then insert into post.
Can you make sure there's not an update button somewhere? Oh, no.
Oh, on the upload, you mean,
Yeah.
right?
All
Well,
right,
I
let me
don't
try it again.
think there was, but let's see. See, now that preview has the watermark on it.
Should I check that?
No, I don't know what that is. Can you drop the URL for whatever site this is into that Slack so James can look at the settings? All right, cool. Thank you. All right, well let's let him look at that because I think it's probably a setting on the plugin that we'll need to be familiar with when we set people up, but customers shouldn't need to be familiar with this. It should just work. So let's exit out of here, and let's see what else we want to point out. So we got the watermark right smack dab in the middle there. That's one thing I wanted to see if we could take a look at. So that would actually be in the settings, right? Did you play with these at all, either one of you guys, the positioning of the watermark?
Yes.
Okay, I'm interested in this. Can we check this out? Because I guess my first question would be, is it only going to apply to images going forward, or is it to all of them? I'm guessing it's just ones going forward.
If you go to the media library, okay, and see where it says you have your options across the top, all media, all dates, filter by. If you change that to list view, nope, to the left, there's two little icons to the left. Oh, you are in list view. Okay, now you have bulk actions available. Select that drop down.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
And then just click apply.
So if you wanted to reposition your watermark in the bottom right, then you could do that this way for everything. Right? Is this all images?
I would think so. You'd have to remove it first, update, then apply, I would think,
Would
right?
you? Probably. I mean, I guess so you can remove in bulk here, right?
Remove the watermark out.
Yeah. That's awesome. Okay. Yeah, this we need to get maybe into this blog post or maybe do a separate one on it. I don't know if that's really covered in here.
Yeah, I don't think it is.
Okay. All right. No, that's a good note for,
Learn as you go thing.
what's that?
It's kind of a learn as you go thing for everybody, all of us.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let's definitely get that back to Jack though. Just like in a ticket, just send him how you could come in here, I mean, it could actually be its own blog post to go in and use the media library to do bulk actions. Because I think if you change the position going forward, it's just going to be the new position, but all the old images, it would be the same. So we can actually double check that and test it. Let's go into the
Yeah, let's
settings.
try it. Let's do that right now. If we go
Yeah.
to Vera,
Yes.
okay, if you could, you're kind of hovering over where we need to be. Can you move your mouse? You're blocking the watermark. Click that drop down. Whoops. And remove
Right
watermark. Yeah, remove watermark and apply.
Right.
And
Okay.
let's back to the media or to the watermark and change the position and then see if it'll update everything again.
Okay.
Right.
Like a plan.
I wonder if we could even, without removing though, if you could just,
Adjust it.
or yeah, if it would then have two, like one in the middle and
Yeah.
one in the bottom right. That is interesting. So yes, settings, where was that hidden? There we go. Settings, watermark. Perfect. There's a lot of settings. Okay. So you have it right in the middle. Okay, so this is another option to highlight. You can put it in any quadrant. And look at this, watermark offset value. So that's so that you can, I think, kind of get an even more specific position within that quadrant. Then there's offset unit. Okay, so that's the unit that you want to offset by.
For
Interesting.
all the engineers that understand XY axes, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what this is. Yep, exactly. It's just an easy way to control that with, I guess, the CSS. Okay, so then we upload the image, right? Our hometown's a good one. We've got it. All right.
And where
cool.
did you want to put it?
I think the bottom right is fine. Just somewhere different from the middle is all that I need. Really don't need to mess with any of the other settings, although there is that image protection right there where that used to be, I think, controlled somewhere else, Terry, right? Can you go down there really quick? Yeah, disable right mouse click.
Right.
That's cool. I think it's also controlled somewhere else, but now it was just part of this plugin, I assume.
Yeah, it can be done in individual widgets
Right, that's right.
in the customized.
That's right. Yeah, we created that feature on our own, but now here it is for the site. That's awesome. All right, so let's take a look what we got. Now, I'm not expecting there to be any watermarks on anything. We have it set to automatic, but
Did
we
you
just
update
erased
that?
everything.
Yes, I update it. Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're going back to the media library.
Let's
Yeah,
do that. Yeah, let's see if we can just in bulk apply them to the bottom right corner. Awesome.
There it is. Very cool.
Beautiful. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
I think you're right. We might have ended up with 2 watermarks if we hadn't removed them.
Well, we could test that, but let's go look at that article really quick. I just want to see the article that we were using before, or really anyone. Yeah, that free access one's good. Okay, now let's see it. I don't see it on the thumbnail, but that's okay. It's just cut off. Okay, very cool. So that's another good point about this is that you want to use one with a white transparent background, not white. This one is just, it's a JPEG or something, so it has the background, but that's okay. It's just for a test. All right, that's pretty cool. Let's really quick. I'm just curious. Can we add another watermark to the middle if we want to? Let's just. So we would have to change the plugin settings first, and then do a bulk upload or bulk application. Yeah, it takes a second for that thing to open up, I think. Okay. Yeah, you can put it anywhere else now. Sure, let's do top left. That looks good. Okay. Perfect.
And people will wonder what we do all day.
We're just doing experiments on our site. Okay, cool. Now we want to actually, I want to see if we can apply them.
Sorry.
That's okay, no problem. It would be
Did you
interesting.
update that?
Yes.
She did. Yep.
Oh.
Terry's all about the blue buttons.
I know.
That's it. Okay,
All right,
cool.
so apply it.
Yep. Here's the moment of truth.
Anticipation. Oh, look at that.
Okay.
It removed it.
It removed it. So that's actually takes away one step. You don't need to remove them. That's kind of neat.
Very cool.
Okay. So can you just open up that article again with that picture on it really quick, just so we can see it on a story. And again, that was still outside the thumbnail, so yeah, it might be good to have these like right in the middle. I don't know, like sandpaper and stuff, they kind of put them on the edge, or at least they do for Instagram. It looks really cool, like down in the bottom right corner. Do you know if like there's a pattern for that? Like these watermarks, do they typically go in a certain spot?
Usually I see them in the bottom right, but I think we do have one paper that has it right across the center, and it's very small. I can't remember
Right.
who it is.
Yeah, it just kind of, when it's in the center, it's really difficult to take any part of the photo.
One
Yeah.
thing I'm kind of curious about, Vera, if you could go back to that article again on the homepage. And just let's make sure right click doesn't work.
Okay. So that's not cool. You just right clicked and you could try to save image. Well, you can
Yeah.
save a link.
Yeah, you can't save the image.
You can't save the image, but is that because of the plugin or I'm just
Yeah,
curious.
it's enabled, right click is disabled.
Right. So if we try it on a different browser, is that what you're thinking, Matt?
Oh, I was wondering is if we change the setting to not disable right click, will it then have an option in it to save when you right click? Because clearly I can right click on the image. It's not actually disabling that.
Well, it's disabling the option to be able to save the image. That's what right clicking is. Or
Right.
disable.
Let's just see that though. Can you just show that to me? Can you disable or sorry.
Disable the disable.
Yeah, right. So go, yeah. Back to the watermark. I mean, if that's what it does, then it's fine. It doesn't need to actually disable the right click. Okay, perfect. Now save that. Yeah, might want to give it a second to update. Save link. Yeah, I'm just kind of curious.
I think it's probably
It probably takes a minute, but
tool. If you open the customize tool,
I was going to try a different window to see if it worked. Oh, now it's not doing anything. Huh.
so
Yeah, I can't right click. I'm not signed in as editor or ops, but for the average check.
oh, that's why.
oh, yeah.
That's crazy. Okay.
Yeah, no right click at all.
Awesome.
So, oh wow. You can't
I
right
think
click now, but didn't you just disable that?
yeah,
Disable?
yeah.
It must take a while to update.
Well,
Like you
that's
said.
what I'm thinking. It's in the customize tool as well. So if you go back to the site and open the customize tool
Okay.
and go to general settings, I'm pretty sure it's in general settings or general options. Scroll down. Oh, that says allow right click on images.
Okay. Oh, yeah, he just answered my question before I even asked it. Okay, so we're really getting into the details here. It's stuff, but it's all new to me. So so you're saying allow right click. Yeah, how do these I'm curious. Well, okay, hold on. Keep this window open. Let's come back to this. Let's go back to the watermark settings for a second. And he's saying that there's an option for enable image protection for logged in users also. Okay, click that. So right. So now it won't do what we just saw where you were logged in and it was letting you right click. So let's go back to an article. Yeah, save those changes. Open a new tab with an article.
Well, disable is still unchecked though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, better see. Yeah, these settings kind of contradict each other. So yeah, go ahead, check that. Let's disable it for everyone, and then we've included logged in users. That's cool. I mean, it's nice to have these options. It's just there's a lot of options, so it can be confusing. Okay.
No right click.
Nice.
Okay, so you're right clicking and it's not working. Awesome. All right. Yeah, so that all makes perfect sense. So if as an editor, a publisher is going in and they're testing this for themselves and they're right clicking and it's letting them save the link. It doesn't let them save the image anyway, but now, so anyway, they won't be able to see what their readers and subscribers can see. They have to have that logged in. Image protection for logged in users checked also. Now, I want to ask James, how does this, I don't know, work with the right click option on customize tool? So let's go back to that customize tool tab. So I'm assuming that it's going to just do the most restrictive thing. So if we allow it here, but then we don't allow it with the plugin, then it's just not going to allow right clicking. You know, it has to be on for both of those, right?
But the plugin overrides any other settings. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I feel like the plugin, it's going to override it in favor of the protection. So if the plugin says, you know, it doesn't have the disable right click clicked, which means people can right click according to the plugin, but then the customize tool says prevent right click, then it's going to follow the customize tool because that's more protective.
Yep.
So I feel like it's got to be a or situation. If either or is preventing, then it will prevent.
Well, another thing I was thinking about is this page wasn't refreshed after the changes. Should I refresh it and see if that box is checked?
Sure, go ahead. I doubt it'll update it, but that'd be interesting if it did. Let's see. They probably can both be on at the same time. I've never tested the one in the customizer. All right, so we're testing new things. That's cool.
Nope, it's still there.
Okay, all right, so that's interesting. I guess one way to test this would be to turn it. Let's go back to the watermark options really quick, the first tab. Turn it off, or so enable right clicking. Basically, sorry, it's okay. There you go. Yeah, yeah. Uncheck that, and so we shouldn't need to change anything else. And then right. Now click prevent here, and let's see how it actually works on an article. And I'm sure that it's going to be that it won't let us.
Nope, it's not letting me.
Okay, cool. All right, so that just means that we have another way to do it, and it's always going to take the more protective way. Okay.
Yeah, we should add that to the blog post too.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, that's good. Now let's talk a little bit about this process, because I don't think I'm going to do the whole turning this into a transcript and editing it. So let's just quickly put together an email with those two things and just shoot that off to ops. Can you do that, Terry? So just that we want to add those two things to the blog post. So it can just be addressed to Jack. You know, now I'm forgetting what the first thing was that we wanted to add.
I know. So am I. I
Well,
forgot.
just shoot that off right now, just in an email, and just say update this blog post.
Oh, the bulk edit.
The bulk edit, yeah, that could be its own post, but it doesn't have to be. What he has here is like a really good. I almost think this blog post could have just been talking about the new feature and announcing it, because all these settings, he touches on them, but he doesn't really explain them. So it's not really that useful to doing it yourself. You know, I mean, I know we're gonna set these all up for people, but when I tried to do this myself, I kind of hit a roadblock. So we definitely don't want that, and that's why this is a really good test of these things being, you know, complete explanations. Okay, so what else we got here? I think that's pretty much it for this feature. Anything else that you came across while you were experimenting with it, Vera? Or
Well, at first it didn't work at all, but then when I went back through, I realized that it was only the uploaded images. I didn't do the bulk edit to change it. Once I found out that's how you could do it, then
right,
everything appeared. So that was threw me off at first because I didn't know that it was only the new ones. So that's a
right.
good thing.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I did. Right, and that's I just want to avoid customers going in there and like seeing this new feature, getting interested and excited about it, and then it doesn't work. You know, it should just be really easy. You know, this thing has a lot of options on it too. This feature, I almost wonder if we could like hide some of these things that people never have to use because it's just too much when you go into there. But you know, we're trying to orient you with these main things that you want to hit. So you got to upload your image, you got to select the alignment, and then you got to focus on automatically applying it. Is pretty much, I don't know. I think you're going to always want to use that. The manual, you could take it or leave it, um, and then the image protection. So just make sure you check all those boxes on there. Um, okay. No, that's good. Yeah, I think I like I said, I kind of came across the same thing. I was just changing the settings and expecting them to affect all the images on the site. So that's not going to happen. You've got to take some action, either re-upload the image or do a bulk import or bulk upload, which is probably the most efficient. But yeah, like all this stuff in here, I don't see people using it. Maybe we can do a follow-up and discuss some of these things that people are trying. I mean, look at, like, we could spend another hour testing all this stuff. I don't even know half of what this is. Backup images. So
Backup images you do want checked. That's one that you probably shouldn't.
backup the full size image. Oh, okay. Isn't there something higher in this plugin that says it recommends not putting the watermark on the full image? Did you see that? If you
Yes,
scroll up,
all the way up in general settings.
yeah. This was just a confusing thing to me.
We do normally check that.
Right.
Okay, that's something that I pointed out. Vera, if you could check that full option up on the top row. Yep. And then come down to selected post types only. That might actually be affecting what we're doing.
On select post types only.
And then
Oh
select
yeah, this thing.
articles.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, Terry, you said articles?
OHT article. Yep.
It's actually in the bottom line, but you want to check the box in the line before that, it looks like.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is this? I mean, it was working. So what is this going to do differently, I guess? It's
I
going to,
really don't know, but these are the settings that we will set up for our
oh,
publishers.
no, this is key. This is a really good point because what we had set up is it was going to put the watermark on everything, including ads. It's going to put it on PDFs, you
Right.
know,
Post.
images in a directory listing. I mean, wow, that's a really good point. Yeah, so you need to check that.
But these will already be set. The general settings will be set.
Right. Okay, yeah, that's true. Um, okay, yeah, so it's not really critical for this tutorial, but that's just, it is good to know just so that you don't mess with this. You don't want to change it to everywhere,
Right.
for example.
Right. The only thing you would really want to change if you wanted to in the general settings would be whether or not to automatically watermark everything or to do it manually. But if you
Right.
down, there's another cool thing in these options is the opacity level.
Okay.
So that you can almost have it, it's almost invisible.
Oh, that's cool. That's a good one. Yeah. You know what? Did you happen to send that ticket over?
I did, but we can add notes.
Yeah, I was just gonna add a note to it right now.
Yep.
That's a good one. So include.
You can scale your watermark. You can, decide whether it's going to be light or dark. It's kind of cool.
Right. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is actually a really good process that we have here. I mean, if we could, most of the time, Jack is just explaining a pretty straightforward feature that we've had for a while. But this one, man, it's got a lot of different options and it's brand new. So image quality, what would that do? Would that just make it more pixelated, you think? Or I don't know why you would want to make it lower quality.
I don't either.
I guess that's the question. Watermark scale. Okay, what is that?
That, if you look at ours, right now it's 80%. You could actually make it smaller,
Oh, it's just the scale. Okay, yeah.
the size of your watermark. So it's going to scale down. It's not going to chop off one side or another. It's just going to scale it down.
But that'll scale it. Because I mean, what if it's already scaling it to fit it in that bottom right quadrant? I guess, is this a percentage of the width of that area, you think?
Yeah,
Or
let's go ahead and try it.
yeah, just drop it. Wait, yeah, just save it because it was at 80. Let's see what the difference is.
Change the opacity to 50%, right, Vera? It's going to need a new image.
Let me see what I had the opacity at.
Yeah, it's 50%.
Oh, it is 50%. Yeah, I changed it. It was like 80%.
It's 20%. It's 20%. Watermark transparency opacity is 20%. So we're hardly going to be able to see this. So this will be a good demonstration.
You want me to leave it at 20?
Yeah, leave it at 20.
Sure.
Let's see what it does.
Okay. Okay, and then I'm going to
Yeah,
edit that article.
right. Well,
Do it right there.
can you just reload that article? Would it just apply it? Or does she need to apply?
No, let's see.
I think she might need I think most of these settings are just going to be for things going forward. So let's.
Right.
Well, I think what it is I didn't update in bulk. So it's got the original image.
That's what I'm thinking too. Let's try that.
So if I add a different image to that same article, we can see them side by side.
That's even better. Yeah, good idea. So let's go to the articles. That's great.
So let's add.
Right.
I'm going to upload a new one.
Okay.
That way it's a good control.
Yep.
Let's see pictures. Let's try something else here. It has to be a JPEG though, right?
Oh,
be a PDF?
yeah. I don't think we can use a PDF here.
Okay, let me try something else then. Trying to see if I have any pictures.
Well, you could even just use the exact same picture that you did earlier.
Okay.
Because then we'll see it. That's an even better control. Okay, apply. It's gonna go top left.
Yep. Go ahead and insert
There?
that so we can see it. Yeah, it's going to be really, really faint.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and small. Okay, awesome. That worked. Man, that is
Yeah.
a noteworthy feature. I like that a lot. So we're gonna wanna, I don't think you mentioned this, include scaling. Notes. I mean, those are definitely, these are the things that people are gonna wanna change on top of the automated versus manual. I mean, that's the most basic one, but I mean, for people that are really into the graphics and know what they want, this is how they make it look really good on like the sandpaper and stuff. It looks almost like something that was placed there in Photoshop or something, but it's just done totally automatically across all the images, which is great. Okay, that's awesome. So that's a really faint example. Hopefully it can be seen on the video, but it's definitely there. Let's just jump back on the options really quick. I've got another 5 minutes here before I want to wrap it up. Anything else that we want to show? The positioning, we already went through all of that pretty well. Yeah, the watermark offset. So let's just, actually, we didn't
On
actually see an example of it.
You can
Why don't you
change.
add just like 100 pixels in there?
Is it 100?
Yeah, and now let's make the also, that's probably okay. Then it should just move over 100 pixels to the right, I think, if you do it like that. And let's make it less faint though. I mean, it's really hard to see right now. Let's bring it up to like 100% opacity. Just, oh, and if that's for you, Vera, you can go. Oh, it might be for Terry. Okay.
I got it.
Oh, okay, great. All right. Now go down and save that. And we'll have to apply them in bulk again, or just upload a new image. That's okay too.
All right, so let's,
Yeah,
well, we
just
can keep that one. And
sure.
that way we
Yeah,
can
just,
better
right,
control.
right. One more. Do the same image. Yeah, it's a perfect control. And now, oh, that's awesome. It worked really well. Look at that. It's exactly how I expected. So it's 100. So it's not really so much quadrants because, that is almost in the right top quadrant, you know?
Yeah, but, and it's smaller, it's scaled down better too, so that way it just fits
Yep, it
perfect,
does fit, right. But I guess my point is when you choose those quadrants, they're very rough and they don't, I mean, you can, just use the offset to really get that watermark exactly where you want it. You don't need to, just accept those 9 options. So with the X and Y adjustment, that's how it would work. I'm actually curious, can you go back, one more thing, and then we'll call the meeting. Go back and do the Y. Now, I'm assuming this needs to be negative because I think it needs to come down the screen. So do a negative 100 there. Because I think if we did positive 100, it would just take it off the top of the screen. Perfect. Yep, yep, nice. Oh, maybe I was wrong. Negative 100. I don't see it there. Go ahead and say okay. It's
Looks,
gone.
looks like it is there, but it's really faint for some
Is
reason.
that? No, I don't think that is. I think that's actually part of the picture right there that you're looking at. Now
Yeah,
do me a
yeah, it
favor.
is.
One more thing. Go back to the settings and set it to now positive 100. This is like a real experiment. I really don't know what the result is going to be. Okay, now good. Yeah, that's fine. You can get rid of that and just add one more picture. And then this will be it. This will be I think, the last test. Now, oh,
I'm
okay.
gonna take the old
That's
one
even
off
better.
and
Yeah, yeah, sure. However you want to do it. So the one that was, I think, off screen is now removed.
nope, it's not
Oh,
there.
well, hold on. Did you actually add it on or did you
Hmm.
just remove it?
Here,
Try
I'll
to
take it off.
try to add it one more time. Oh, wait, there it is. Now it's in
Yeah,
the middle. I didn't see
yeah,
that. Okay, okay, I'm sorry. That looks right.
yeah, but it's not here. That's
Oh, I see. Now that's weird.
it's the one what the other one did.
This is what we saw in the beginning, but then we
Hmm.
solved it, and now it's happening with all these XY adjustments. So I guess that's the thing to be cautious on. I kind of want to ask James though. Let me just
Oh, I
ask.
see. So it moved it over. I missed that. I'm sorry.
That's okay. We're just experimenting with the offset and trying to get it to do what we expect it to do. And it did in the preview, but then it didn't actually show up in the image on the article. So let's see. Why don't you just upload a brand new one. See, there it is in the preview, just kind of over that person's head because she adjusted the y-axis.
There it
There
is.
it is. That worked.
Okay.
Now, what is the difference though? That again, the only difference there was that you uploaded the original image again.
Yeah, and I adjusted the scale of the Y. I actually had it at 75. It was like 100
Right.
here and 75 there in order
Right.
to get that.
I
But
think
Right.
we
that's
had 100 and negative 100 and it didn't show. It canceled it out. And then I did 100 by 100 and it didn't show. So it
so.
has to be lower than 100.
So this is basically, you're looking at your, if you're familiar with that in geometry, your XY axis does have negatives. So this is basically 0x, 0y is the bottom left corner. Does that make sense? So it's only gonna
Oh, yeah, that's why. That's why.
it's
You're
only going to
right.
be positive. I'll bet that's what it is.
That's
But
what it is. Yeah, yeah. It's
to
all
make
relative.
useful for publishers, this is a great image to use this on. Say you don't want the watermark in the bottom right because you're covering up the little girl's face. And let's just, for argument's sake, say that you don't want it in the top left because you'd be covering up the man's face. Say you want to put it somewhere in between, but still protect the picture. So you could actually change the XY axes to customize for each picture. So it's
Right.
probably something you would want it customized for all of your images. But if you do have a feature image that you want to apply a watermark to in a different way, you
Right.
can with the XY settings.
Right.
That's kind of cool.
That
Yeah.
is cool. That's handy for sure.
Huh.
Um, okay. Well, that's very helpful, you both. Thank you so much for sitting down with us today for our office hours. I think we'll wrap it up here and then we'll follow up next week. We'll keep this up. I think it's going really well. We'll keep creating video tutorials from this and doing more announcements. I don't think Gloria actually joined us today, unfortunately. I was hoping to add her as a panelist, but that's okay. Maybe next time.
These
All
are
right.
really cool, Matt. They're kind of like previewing the college football games. You know, you get a couple guys on there and they talk about what they think's going to happen and what if,
Yeah,
what.
I want it to be like that. That's why I need you guys on here. I can't just sit here and talk to myself. It's to hear you guys. And like in the future, like if we want to do more of this kind of news stuff in the beginning and you guys want to share something, I'd love to hear you discuss, anything that you see in the news that just kind of supports the models that we're I don't know, not that we push, just the models for paywalls and things like that. I'm just always interested in this stuff, and I think our publishers are too. So yeah, we'll keep experimenting with this format, but it is fun. Thanks a lot. I appreciate that feedback. All right, we'll call it a meeting. Thanks a lot, you both. We'll talk to you later.
Thanks, Matt.
All right, yep, bye.
Bye.